Are you putting so much work into your YouTube channel and you're still struggling to get your first 1,000 subscribers? Well, never fear, because in today's video, I have teamed up with fellow YouTube strategist Trina Little, and we are gonna break down our top tips for getting your first 1,000 subscribers. So whether you are a new YouTuber who just started out or you have been on the YouTube train for a long time, I know that these tips are gonna help you get your first 1,000 subscribers. Trina and I got together and we collaborated on 10 tips, and we said, yes, absolutely, if you do these things, you will be well on your way to getting your first 1,000 subscribers. So I have 5 tips and she has 5 tips. My 5 tips are actually on her channel, so be sure after you watch this video to click the link in the description box so you can then hop over to Trina's channel and check out my 5 tips. So without further ado, let's hand it off to Trina.
Thank you so much for having me today, Morgan. I'm really excited to be doing this collaboration with you. Hi, if you haven't met me before, my name is Trina. I'm a mom to a 3 and a 5-year-old. I have an MBA, and over on my channel, I help predominantly women figure out how to start using online video to grow their business organically. Let's talk about these 5 ways to get to that first 1,000 subscribers here on your channel. So the first tip that I have is start sharing the link to your channel, but use this customized subscribe link. So I will make sure that Morgan links it down in the description box, but it's this formula that you are going to share on your Instagram, on your Facebook, even on your email signature, that when they click on that to go to your YouTube channel, they're gonna be asked if they want to subscribe to your channel. So whenever you're speaking, maybe on a podcast or at an online summit, you can have that specific subscribe link shared so that when people go check out your channel, they're also instantly asked if they want to subscribe. The second way to grow your subscribers is along the same lines, but you've got to talk about your channel. Unfortunately, it's not going to be if you build it, they will come. When you put up a YouTube video, it's not like you're going to instantly get subscribers. So use your current base that you have. So if you have an email list, if you have an Instagram, if you have a Facebook or a Snapchat or a TikTok, talk about it. And don't just talk about your YouTube channel once, continue to talk about it. Share behind the scenes of filming your videos. Share when you post a new video. Share comments of one of your videos. I like to send my email list an email every single week. And in that email, I give them a brief synopsis of what my brand new video is about and link to that video. That's constantly reminding them that I have this YouTube channel, and I remind them to subscribe in that email newsletter as well. A pro tip here is if you're planning out your content for Instagram or on Facebook, always remember to plan in some promo for your YouTube channel. Let your people know and remind them that they need to go subscribe and why subscribing is really going to benefit them. The third tip to help you grow subscribers is to make sure your YouTube channel homepage is actually set up properly. So I'm actually gonna flip over to my computer real quick here and show you how to set it up and what that should look like to really help you get people to subscribe and also binge watch content on your channel. Okay, so one of the first things that you need to have on your channel homepage to really help drive subscribers is your channel banner, which is this right up here. And what I suggest having in your channel banner is give them your value proposition. What is your channel going to do for them? What value are you going to provide for them? You can see here that I have helping entrepreneurs and content creators grow organically with video content. So if you can become that go-to spot for something and publish it here on your channel banner, that's the best way to start getting subscribers. Also, if you let them know that you're publishing new videos every single week, so I have new videos every Wednesday, that's going to give them more incentive to subscribe as well, because if they enjoy your value proposition, then they're going to want to subscribe to know what you're publishing every single week. The next thing that you can do to really give people an idea of what your channel is about to get them to subscribe is creating sections down here. So these are channel sections, which are actually playlists that you can create. And so if somebody brand new comes to my channel, they're going to be able to instantly see what kind of content I create. So almost if you're thinking about HGTV is the channel, what are the different series? So there's Chip and Joanna, there's Homes on Homes, there's backyard renovation stuff. So this is kind of giving them the different series that you have. Everything you need to know about your first YouTube video, YouTube hacks, starting a channel, quick fixes, business basics. So I even get into the business side. So as they scroll through my page, they're able to see exactly what they're going to get in further detail to give them a reason to subscribe. So the way that you can just do this is you want to come up to this blue button, hit customize channel, and you can start to add your featured sections right in here. As far as a channel trailer, there are two different things that you could do. You could create a specific channel trailer to feature there, or depending on what your YouTube goals are, if your goal is to get a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of views or watch time, you would want to put the video here that meets your most goals. So my featured video, if my goal was to drive subscribers, I would pick a video that does the best at converting new viewers into subscribers. So I go into my analytics and find the video that got me the most subscribers and feature it right here. So that's how you really want to start customizing your homepage to get that first 1,000 subscribers. My fourth tip is really important, and even personally, I tend to forget, is really understand your target audience. Know who you're talking to. What are they struggling with? So specifically for me, a lot of my audience is business owners, and they're probably on Facebook or on Instagram, and they're not worried about growing a YouTube channel. So for me, it's going to be more important to talk about how to tie in their content to YouTube to make their process simpler, right? So on my channel, I talk about repurposing content, or how to create one YouTube video and use it as Instagram content and Pinterest content and Facebook content, because I understand that my audience has very limited time on their hands. They're probably balancing a home life with small kids and also balancing their business and client work and students. And so if I can show them how YouTube is really going to save them time, that's how I can drive more subscribers to my channel. I realized early on that if I just kept talking about how to grow a YouTube channel, how to grow a YouTube channel, how to grow a YouTube channel, that's not what my audience wants to know. My audience wants to know why they need to be doing YouTube and how they can take a YouTube video and use it in more ways than one. So the key here is to really understand who are you talking to? And remember, we don't need to talk to everybody. It's been really hard for me for a long time to alienate men, but I do understand that my core target audience is women, and they look to me to see how I am able to do it all, right? I personally don't feel like I can do it all, but I am a mom to young children, and I am running a business, and I am scaling my business, and I am now moonlighting as a kindergarten teacher while we do virtual school. So I realize that if I can specifically talk to women, that's how I'm gonna grow more subscribers, because I can completely understand where they're at right now. And while yes, men can get absolute value out of my videos, and it's totally fine if they do watch my videos, I just know if I stay very specific to who I'm talking to and build my content around them, that's how I'm gonna make that connection, and that's how I'm gonna gain subscribers. This next tip for you is one that I have kind of made up on my own, and it's called the YouTube trifecta. So many times here on YouTube, we hear that we need to be looking at our analytics, we need to be looking at our numbers, but me as a non-numbers person totally avoided that for way too long. In fact, I definitely contribute that to growing slower here on YouTube. But what I realized after digging into my numbers and looking at what actually mattered, there were 3 metrics that if you have 0 time on your plate, you got 10 minutes a month to look at. These are the 3 analytics you really want to be studying and looking at every single month if you want to continue to grow your channel. So that first metric is your click-through rate. This is how well your video gets people to click on. So how well your title and thumbnail get people to want to watch your video. Remember, it doesn't matter how great your video is. If nobody clicks on it, nobody is going to watch it. So that first metric that you should be watching and tracking and continuing to figure out how to make better is your click-through rate. And you can find that in your analytics for every single video. That next piece in the YouTube trifecta is your audience retention. Now, YouTube is going to put your video out to people, and your first step is to get them to click on it. But that second step is to prove to YouTube you have good content by getting people to watch as much as possible of that video. So let's say somebody clicks on your video and they only watch 10 seconds of your video because you didn't excite them or give them a reason to keep watching. YouTube is not going to keep pushing that content and putting your video on valuable real estate of their platform, like on search and suggested and home, because even though people are clicking on it, they're only watching 10 seconds. So you need to be studying your audience retention graphs of every single video to figure out what kind of hook worked best, what kind of style of video worked best, which videos are keeping people watching longer, and double down on those videos, because that's the second piece of this YouTube trifecta that's really going to make you see a difference on your YouTube channel. And then that third piece of your YouTube trifecta is your end screen click-through rate. And this is one that so many people I see miss out on. So the last 20 seconds, you can actually have a clickable video. You can get people to watch another video of yours. YouTube loves this because you're creating a binge session, right? If you can get people to click on your video, get them to watch to the end and watch another video, it's like Mario Brothers, right? When you go down that green tube and you're collecting as many gold coins as possible, you're collecting all these gold coins as you do this, and your video and your channel becomes much more valuable to YouTube. So they're gonna start putting your video on the homepage, on the suggested, because you got people to click, you got them to watch to the end, and you got them to watch another video. So what you should think about when you are filming your videos is, how can I send somebody to that next video? If you're watching this particular video on how to get 1,000 subscribers, what's going to make sense for you to watch next? And then tell them in your video, verbally tell them to click the video that's on their screen next to learn how to ABC. Once you continue to improve these 3 metrics, your YouTube trifecta, this is when you're going to see that growth, and this is when you're going to be easily able to hit that first 1,000 subscribers on your channel. Now, don't forget to go watch Morgan over on my channel. She's sharing 5 ways to get that first 1,000 subscribers as well. And let me know below if one of these tips totally blew your mind and something you're going to start implementing right away.